Okay, we're live. Hi everyone, I'm hoping you can hear me okay with all this, and also when the machine starts, but I wanted to come in. Emma here is going to have a laser hair removal treatment today on her face. So yesterday I did a live with, I actually demonstrated on my own knees, talking about expectations and what to expect from a treatment and the likely results of the pain-free laser hair removal that we do here. Faces can be a little bit more challenging in as much as they are much more hormonally driven. The body is very determined to put hair on the face once it's decided to do it, and you have a lot more potential hair follicles per centimetre on your face compared to your body. But facial hair can be really debilitating for some people. Women will not leave the house, or they hide. I used to have a client, she'd literally in the summer she'd have a scarf around her face, and it can be really unsettling. So to improve and manage facial hair as a minimum can be absolutely vital. Now, we've not treated Emma since before lockdown. So Emma had several treatments over the last couple of years, but we haven't treated her since at least sort of February, March time. It was probably alive, so we can probably check.
Probably January time.
However, having looked just before we've come on, I do my sort of review and have a look at how things are going. Despite the length of time it's been since we last treated her, I can really see a difference. Yes, it needs treating, but there are definitely long-term improvements going on. There is definitely less that needs to be treated. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to do a full treatment. I might not talk all the way through because you might not be able to hear me. Like I said, I'm hoping you can hear me now. The machine makes a bit of noise as well, but it will give a demonstration of what's involved with. This is almost a full face treatment because I come up around the sides and under the chin as well. So it'll just give you an idea of what a full face laser hair removal treatment looks like, basically. If there are any questions as we go, please do drop them in. Obviously, I can't see it at the moment, but at the end of the live, I will come back and answer those questions for you. So Emma, if you would like to take your mask off now, that's fine. We've already shaved the area to be treated because all areas need to be shaved. You can't pluck or wax. It's just trimming and shaving. And the smoother it is for the treatment, the less likely the skin's going to heat up too much. So like I said, I hope you can hear me. I'm going to try not to steam up. And we'll start, if I can get you to turn your head to the side for me, that would be lovely. So, all laser hair removal, we use, it's just a clear, colourless, it's a bit like a thick ultrasound gel, and it's very cold, isn't it?
Very.
This is the worst bit, actually. Oh, and actually, before I start, I probably should put some goggles on Emma as well. It's quite important that we protect the client's eyes. So these are just blackout goggles. Yeah, hold them over your eyes for me. Okay, and put your head back and turn across. So it's going to get a bit noisier now. So I'm not sure how much of the screen we can see, but it's quite easy to set up. I've got this set to 6 joules per centimetre squared of energy going in. Now, while that doesn't really matter from your point of view, what that dictates is effectively what Emma will feel is heat. And if that's too warm, I can bring down the temperature and I can go to 5 joules per centimetre squared. Now, what that means is it just increases the time. The beauty of Soprano is that it doesn't matter how cool we do this treatment, the results should be much the same. If we cool it down, it just takes a little bit longer to do. And it's Emma's job to tell me if it starts to get too warm. So again, hopefully you'll be able to hear me once we start. So yeah, just let me know if it gets too warm. So it's a continuous motion laser, and we gradually increase that energy that goes into those hair follicles. The laser light is converted into heat when it is picked up by the pigment in the hair, which is why you can't pluck or wax, because the hair itself is what gives us the result. Facial hair treatments are probably my most common from a laser hair removal point of view. It affects so many women, it's quite a normal thing for me to see. I think a lot of women think they're the only one affected, and they're really not. How does that feel?
Yeah, quite relaxing.
It is quite relaxing, you're right. So, I tend to really load the energy into facial hair because it can be, like I said, it can be a bit stubborn. And as it starts to improve and the hairs start coming back a little bit finer, you need to get more energy in to keep destroying those hair follicles. Getting a little bit of hair is important. The gel gets everywhere. She'll find it behind her ears later, up her nose. Amazingly, I'm not speeding up. Take some of that off. Come back to the middle for me. So like I said, anybody got any questions, ping them into the thread and I will answer them afterwards. If you've just joined, I'm going through a whole treatment, so I'm not talking a lot during the treatment because you probably won't be able to hear me. I will talk again at the end. I don't know if you can see, I'm overlapping areas. The beauty of Soprano Ice laser is that you can overlap the areas. You can't really do too much. Okay?
Yeah. Because you're moving around quite a lot of that. Yes, you can feel the heat, but you don't get that sense of it burning.
Yeah. So one of the key things is to keep moving with this, and it's up to Emma to tell me if it gets too warm. It can be a very odd sensation on the face, I think. your head to the right for me. I do find top lips can be particularly stubborn, so I do put a lot of energy through them, and I'll show you another little bit of kit that I use on the face sometimes as well at the end. So, like I said, top lips can be quite stubborn. So we have another attachment which I use for the face. Okay, so this means I can get to small areas. Very good for top lips. I can actually do inside the nostrils, and I get quite a few guys come and have their ears done. They're really, really good for getting to nooks and crannies and small areas. So very good for the top lip, because sometimes you can't really get to it as well as I'd like with the main diode. So I tend to go over once with that, and then come back and go over again with the tip. Quite good for this bit close to the nose. Okay, I'm going to switch off now. So hopefully you can hear me a little bit better now. That's better, isn't it? So that's a full face treatment. What I would expect to see now in about 10 days to 2 weeks, most of that hair should fall out and it will certainly feel much improved. And I treat faces at 4 weeks. So whereas with body hair I treat at 6 or 6 to 8 weeks, facial hair I treat at 4, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, and that partly depends on the result that we're getting and how fast that hair growth is. So I'm hoping you've been able to hear me okay. Emma, how does that feel from a treatment point of view? Let's take these goggles off. How does that feel?
Yeah, so you get a warm sensation, but there's no pain to it. It's quite relaxing. Other than the gel, you don't actually feel
the gel's
anything.
really cold. It really is. So I hope, like I said, it's difficult with all the PPE at the minute, but at least we are open and we can treat you. So if you have got any body hair, facial hair or otherwise, that is problematic for you and you want to address, it gives you an idea of what to expect and what sort of the treatment is going to be like. With facial hair, I tell people, as with all areas, it's a minimum of 8 treatments. But what I tend to say with facial hair is allow for more than that, because it's very hormonal. I'd rather be honest with people about what to expect. But by the time we get to 8 treatments, you know, you're going to be much improved. We're probably seeing you less frequently, and the long-term results do tend to be very good, even if you need top-ups. So if we did 8 to 10 treatments on you and then never did anything again, it is very unlikely that you will ever go back to where you started, and that's certainly the case on the body. You won't go back to where you started if you have enough treatments. If you do 1 or 2 and then don't come back, within sort of 6 months or so, you probably won't see the benefit. It is important to commit once you start a treatment. Facial treatments start from £40 a session, that's for lip or chin, go up to 129 for full face, and with full face we'll kind of go from, you know, just below the eyes all the way down and include the neckline as well if necessary. So really brilliant treatment, genuinely pain-free. It really is pain-free, isn't it? Yeah. And very good results. So hopefully we can help you with your self-confidence. Any questions that have pinged up during the live, I will come and address shortly. And if you want to message me for a consultation, just go through Messenger, or you can email us as well. And all the details are on the page. So thank you for watching. I hope that's been useful, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.